I'm sitting here in my dojo out at Rudy Hill in Western Sydney, and it's quite a nice environment to be talking about a very important topic. And the topic is Keihatsu. There is a great shift now with karate people towards understanding Budo. Now, I say to everybody that wants to learn Budo, how do you know Budo or understand Budo if you don't understand Keihatsu? So Keihatsu embraces all those things that you learn in Budo practice. For instance, as we know, karate is the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. But in order to develop the mental and spiritual, one has to learn how to do it, right? How to practice the mental exercises and also how to develop the spiritual side of oneself. So in karate we learn that the self, discovers itself, journeys through the self, and then eventually in the end it reaches that end result, which is the self. So we're all on a journey on this planet. We're all on a journey. We're moving from one existence to the next. So karate teaches us about ourselves. We learn about who we are and what we need to do. So in Goshinkan karate, there's a great emphasis on developing oneself. So I do a program with the children, which is the Human Values Program, and I do a program with the seniors, which is the Keihatsu program. But everything is the same. So the Human Values is part of Keihatsu. I just keep it separate as a separate entity for children. Now, as I said earlier, a lot of us are practicing Budo, but we don't understand what Budo is. So the Bu in Budo is the physical aspects, which is the Bujitsu, which is the art itself, the defensive art. The Do is the way, right? So Budo is the way of the art. So in karate, the way of the art is about developing the body, the mind, and the spirit. Now, Keihatsu as amazing knowledge to develop that aspect of ourselves. So look at what Keihatsu can do. Keihatsu can help us calm the mind. Keihatsu gives us the ability to be able to read other people. Now, as we develop in our martial arts, as we develop in our character, the changes appear. Changes appear in all of us. The vibrational frequency of a person that is good is better than the vibrational frequency of a person that lives a life of bad, for instance, right? So karate helps us to move our frequency level, change our character, and become better people. One may wonder how you go about teaching Keihatsu in a class. Well, it's quite simple, really. We think about the different aspects of Goshin. Right? Goshin means 5 spirits, right? 5 entities or 5 bodies, right? So we have things like Mushin. Mushin means humility, right? When you enter the dojo, one learns to be humble so that they can receive information from the teacher, right? And then you go to the other aspects, which is the Fudoshin, the Zenshin, Soshin, and the Zanshin. So those are the 5 bodies that one learns in karate. Now, how does this help the student? Now, what I do is, I take one topic, for instance. I would take Mushin and discuss it with the students to say, what is motion? How do we need to develop motion? How do we need to develop humility? So I use, for instance, the Xi. The Xi triangle, equilateral triangle that we use when we bow, for instance. That is a great symbol for humility. Now, it's a relationship thing, it's a relationship between the teacher and the student. Now, the student has to be humble so that they can learn from the teacher. The teacher's the boss. The other side of that is the teacher has to be humble because the teacher needs to do his duty well. An arrogant teacher, an egoistic teacher cannot teach humility. They have to be humble themselves, set the example of humility, and of course the student will follow. So the equilateral triangle called Xi does this kind of thing. It's an education of humility. So motion is the first thing. So what I do in my training sessions, I take one of those symbols and teach that to the class. So our students are able now to grasp the very important aspects of karate at a deeper level. Now, when the student changes, the student becomes safer, because goodness itself is a defense. When you are not so good in attitude, then what happens is trouble will follow you. When your attitude is good, trouble stays away. In most instances, of course, there are instances where even good people, get into trouble, but the chances of that happening is less. So I would say it is very essential that karate today, teach the students participating in karate all these different aspects of Keihatsu, so that they develop and become exemplary people. So what does that mean? It means living righteously. It means, doing your duties according to your role. So if your role is a child, be a good child to your parents. If your role is parent, be a good parent to your child. If your role is teacher, be a good teacher to your students. If you're a student, be a good teacher to be a good student to your teacher. So all these different roles that we have to be the best we can. So Keihatsu teaches us those things of how to change our mentality to become better people. So to teach it, I would say, take a topic at a time and teach it. Now, I am presently working on lessons and modules for teachers. So in these modules, I will be guiding teachers how to teach Keihatsu to the students. And I will be doing it in depth. So we will have a PowerPoint presentation as well as a video that can teach teachers how to share information on Keihatsu. One may wonder, where can they get information about the Keihatsu courses? Well, firstly, I would suggest that, our website, presently, the GoshinkanInternational.com website has 19 videos where masters are teaching karate at a top level. So we got Tino Sobrano Hanshi teaching, we got Hiroshi Fujimoto Hanshi teaching, and we got Kenshi Watanabe Hanshi teaching, and myself. So we've got 19 videos that people can look at and learn the higher aspects of karate. Much of what I am teaching in those videos relates to Keihatsu practice. So I would say the first step is to go to our website to have a look at that. And then we are now going to have a special drop-down box on Keihatsu where people will be able to view videos on Keihatsu. They will also be able to see the PowerPoint presentations that I'm going to have, that I'm now creating. So they will have all the information on the GoshinKhanInternational.com website. So feel free to join up and be part, and you know, I'm always available. People can always talk to me on Messenger or WhatsApp. I'm happy to share information. If they're not clear about anything, I'm always there. Now I want to share information with you, right? And the information is on Keihatsu. When we look at the great masters that have walked the planet, we look at Chojin Miyagi Sensei, we look at Gogen Yamaguchi Sensei, we look at other masters like in Aikido, Ueshiba Sensei, and even Okinawan Goju, we have Togoshi Sensei. All these masters have taught the higher aspects of karate, the spiritual domains, the mental attitudes, right? So I'm bringing to you directly. This body is almost 71 years old. I've learned from these masters, and now I've put it in a nutshell, made it easy for everybody to grasp and learn and develop. Now you don't have to travel to Japan or any part of the world. You can get it online. This is the beauty of it. Your learning can be at home. You don't have to go anywhere special. So I would say, think about this. These great masters that have walked the planet, they were ideal people. I know Gogen Sensei started very rough. Everybody knows that. He wasn't a very good karate man when he started. But his life changed. He became a better human being. And towards the end, he was exemplary. You know, Togoshi Sensei was always a spiritual man. Ueshiba Sensei, and if you read the story of Ueshiba Sensei, it's an incredible story of how this human person became a spiritual being. So I'm not saying anything about converting anybody to any form of religion. It's all about developing humanness, to become a human being, a proper human being, to lift our energies, to become greater people. Now, karate in most schools do this. It changes people, it makes them better. But I'm going to give you something that is going to add to that. I'm not saying to people, come and join my system. I'm saying to them, let what I'm sharing help you to develop in your system, in your way. So think about it. We all want a better world. We all want a world to be better. So I would say, besides the things that you're doing, add something else like Keihatsu in its practice. It's not dangerous. To be living a good life is not a dangerous thing. You don't have to take any chances. To be a nicer person, all you have to do is to lift your energy, to view things differently. So Keihatsu does that. It gives you a better insight to who you are. You're not the body. You're not the mind. You're that energy called love. This is what Keihatsu teaches, that you are an embodiment of love. My friend Sensei Ray just passed away. His body was cremated. Then we have Sensei Stan Smith that just passed away. Ian Duncan, another great karate person that passed away. They all passed away. They didn't take their bodies with them, did they? Their bodies remained. So what goes is who you are as a person. What goes is your experiences and your life energy. That's what goes. That life energy has an intelligence, has a memory. So what I'm trying to say is that we need to improve the memory of who we are while we worked on earth, while we were on earth, is to change this and put our energies into becoming better people. We don't want a world that is going to get worse. We want a world that is going to get better. So it starts with us. It starts with us. We need to change ourselves. We need to change our world, our environment. When our world changes, the world changes. Dear friends, dear karate teachers, dear students that are watching this, I'm not forcing you to do anything. Nobody is forcing anyone to get into Keihatsu or learn Keihatsu. But I'll certainly say this to you. It will help you to become a better person. It will give you the tools. It will give you the tools to bring change to your life as it done to me. When I met Gogen Sensei in the early years, I was a rough karate man. I was rough. I didn't have an idea. But he used to take me privately, without anybody knowing, to his upstairs dojo and guide me. So I said to him, I said, Sensei, why are you taking me? What about the others? And he says, you come to Japan to learn real karate. That's why I'm taking you. Others have come to learn to fight. Now is fighting the way of karate? Fighting is not the way of karate. Fighting is just a little part of it. The kumite aspects is only a tiny aspect. Karate has 6 parts, as you know. It has Kion, which is the basic, Kion-ido, which is the moving, the kata, which tells a story, the kumite, where you exchange your techniques with someone, and then you got Kia, which is the human values aspect, and then you got the Keihatsu. The Keihatsu is what I'm now sharing with you. So we have these 6 aspects of karate that is there to make you a karateka, but shift you from karateka to budoka. That is the journey, from karateka to budoka. So you have the opportunity of learning a little bit more about what karate really means. So please feel free, get on our website, see what we're sharing, and you know, for a cup of coffee, you can go into the website and see great stuff, great techniques, great teachers performing this art. I would say to everybody, you know, don't live in a box. Look outside. There are many great teachers on the planet, and we have some of them on our website. So feel free.